Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and the continuation of the Magicorum sector, aka Cinderella, Ella's story. In this chapter, we are going to finally meet Alec Lesham, age 15. I loiter before a construction site on Manhattan's Upper West Side. A sign on a chain-link fence reads, "Coming soon, the L Centre." Reporter Rosa Longstrom stands beside the wooden placard. She smacks her lips and smooths her short black hair. "Ready to shoot?" she asks the cameraman. "1 sec," say the guys. I'd keep walking, but the L Centre stands for the Lesham Centre, and I'm none other than Alec Lesham. Colour me curious. "Ready?" says the guys. Rosa grins for the camera. "For 7 years now, New Yorkers have seen this sign." She gestures toward the placard behind her. The L Centre is notorious for constantly being under construction. In fact, there have been no less than 4 complete rebuilds of this place. It's a strange legacy for what's arguably the most famous jewelry company in the world, Lesham. But here, at the Magicorum News Network, we've uncovered inside information about this eternal construction site. It may actually be finished soon. Why? There's one simple reason. Alec Lesham called it. It is strange that I'm standing on the sidewalk while a reporter does a story on me. Not too odd. Plus, I'm a pro at hiding in plain sight. I wear a baseball cap, sunglasses and jeans. More importantly, I sulk while keeping a blank face. It's a skill. Rosa goes on. Lesham Jewellers was founded in 1643 by the famous gemcaster, Charles Lesham. For any of you living under a rock, casters, meaning witches and wizards, are part of the Magicorum. As a gemcaster, Charles was the perfect man to start a jewellery company. All the Leshams follow a Cinderella life template. The firstborn son always has a glass slipper. Bald during his 18th year is when he chooses his wife. I fight the urge to roll my eyes. For centuries, the oldest sons in my family have been marrying someone they meet at their glass slipper ball. That behaviour ends with me, Rosa continues, as everyone knows. Diamond and Legend Lejam have one child. Their 15-year-old son, Alec. His 18th birthday ball will be here before we know it, and that's a big reason to finish the construction. You heard it first here, folks. Now in other Magicorum news, a new season of Real Warlocks of Manhattan has just been given the green light. While the reporter keeps talking, I join the pace of foot traffic on the sidewalk. Soon I approach the back gate to the construction site itself. There I find a familiar mini house that holds Jerry, a wrinkly guard. Like always, Jerry watches a small black and white television. I pause before the window. "Hello?" Jerry smacks his lips. Without making eye contact, he points towards the small tray under the plexiglass window. "Identification?" I slide my company key card over. Jerry picks up the card and chuckles. "You sneak up on me every time." "It's my superpower." Jerry slides my ID back. I scoop it up from the tray. "Is Legend here yet?" Some parents are called Mum and Dad. Mine are always Diamond and Legend. "Arrived a few minutes ago," answers Jerry. He bats a little bobblehead Yankee figure on his tabletop. As behaviour goes, it's a little weird, but that's Jerry. I scan the deserted construction site. Any word on the crew coming back? "Not that I've seen." "Right." I set my hands into the pockets of my baseball-style jacket, march onto the back lot, and wonder, could that newscast be right? Is this construction starting up again? If so, it wouldn't be the first time the L Centre was reimagined. Legend regularly drags me here to share his latest schemes, all of which leads to one question. What is Legend up to this time? Minutes later, I step through a long and rectangular space that's made from concrete. My father waits in the centre of the chamber. Like always, Legend is all blonde hair, blue eyes, irresistible charm that's wrapped in an Armani suit. I'm a younger version of Legend, only in jeans. If I think about it too much, the fact is more than a little creepy. Legend throws his arms open wide. Alec! Hey, Legend. Can you see it? This place will soon become the main studio for the Le Charme Lady Extravaganza. I knew the L Centre would have a hotel, restaurants and shops. That's it though. Did you just say studio? I ask. It's my new plan. Obviously, you'll have your glass slipper ball here when you're 18. Legend shoots me a sly grin. Which is when you'll find a bride. Maybe. We have this discussion regularly. Legend and I have agreed to disagree. Until then, we'll hold an annual event right in this studio. Each year, we'll award some young woman the title of the Le Charme Lady. I frown. We do that already. I'd hardly call it an event, though. It's more of a dinner. But that's what's changing. We'll transform that dinner into a massive extravaganza, and it will be held right here, along with a big audience and cameras. So I'll ask you again, can you see it? I step around in a slow circle. There's lots of concrete, open steel beams, piles of lumber. Previous plans had this space being built out into a series of bowling alleys. I kick a nail across the floor. Not really. Bah! The new Le Charme Lady Extravaganza will become the greatest event ever. The Oscars, Emmys, they'll be seen as nothing compared to the Le Charme Lady Extravaganza. Tilting my head, I contemplate the new idea. And this helps us sell jewellery. How? Branding, my son, branding. Sure. I try moving the conversation onto a more solid ground. Did you see the pics I sent? Tiffany's has a new line of silver necklaces. Maybe we should put some money into designing stuff like that. I mean, the Le Charme catalogue still includes crowns. We're in desperate need of some updates. You're so little, Alec. Try to see the big picture. Legend snaps his fingers. I've got it. He rushes over to a nearby wall. There. My father pulls paper off a tall object. Turns out it's a mirror. I'll let none other than Charles Le Charme explain things to you directly. My eyes widen. Charles Le Charme is my forebear and the original founder of Le Charme Jewellers. Somehow, Charles wrangled himself a home in fairylands. Essentially, it makes him immortal. How did Charles get his own magic mirror? It's not a mirror, corrects Legend. This is a portal from the human world directly into Charles's home in the Fairylands. He's agreed to visit Earth once a year for the Le Charme Lady Extravaganza. The press will go insane. A figure appears in the mirror. It's a man with a high wig and long blue coat. It looks like he could have stepped out of the, Visalie's court of Louis the Sun King, mostly because he actually did. No doubt about it. This is Charles Le Charme. Charles steps through the mirror. 1 second, he's an image. The next, he's a living guy. He rounds on my father and beams. Legend. Charles. They share a long and inexplicable laugh. Legend gestures in my direction. Explain to my son about our plans. Surely. Charles points to a short wall of the long and rectangular space. We'll build a great stage over there. Imagine a winding staircase that loops down from the rafters. That's where the contestants will walk down. I tilt my head. So they're contestants now. Of course, Charles continues. On stage left, we'll have the Queen of Hearts. There'll be an empty spotlight on the right, and that will be for you. And in the centre will stand the Master of Ceremonies, me. Legend nods towards a stretch of the floor just before the imaginary stage. Your mother and I will be on the judge panel. Our table will be down here. We'll ask questions of each contestant. Are you with me? Asked Charles. Got the layout. Basically, what I'm having trouble with is how Charles talks like he's younger than I am. But that's living in fairylands for you. Messes with your brain. Here's how the event will actually work, says Charles. The contestants will step down the staircase. Behind them, a video will play of their lives. Once the lady in question reaches the main stage, I'll say something charming. He pauses, waiting for a comment. Wow, I say. It will be stunning, cries Legend. Once I'm done, your family will ask some questions. That will go on until we've met all the contestants. Then in the end, the ladies will return for one final moment. You. Me. I hate this idea. You? Yells Legend. I've never seen my father this worked up. Charles continues. Yes, you step on stage and drum roll, drum roll. Who will Alec Lesham ask to be the next Lesham lady? A foul taste fills my mouth. I hate this idea. I'm no reward. You're simply giving out the title, says Legend. We have sponsorships lined up for these ladies. I'm talking clothing, toys, energy drinks, you name it. The Lesham lady will become a wealthy woman. I've heard my father's plans before. Legend builds up new ideas along with parts of the L centre and then tears them all down again. But this is the first time Legend has gotten our founder out of retirement. I tap my chin and think things through. There's one big problem here. Has the Queen of Hearts agreed? I ask. Charles bobs his brows. I can handle her. We made a bet years ago. I'm winning. That means I get what I want out of her. Charles turns to Legend. Which reminds me, what are we doing for Alex's glass slipper ball? I fold my arms over my chest. I'm not having one. Charles pales. What? That's what the boy believes, explains Legend. We've agreed to disagree for now, and years remain before he's 18. Charles lowers his voice to a whisper. It's an odd choice, considering how I'm standing right here and can catch every word. You've got some strength in terms of mind. 5 spells. Just make it happen. Legend stiffens. This is my son. I appreciate my father's statement, by the way. Gemcasters develop specialities. Legend knows how to control other people's minds. It's not a pleasant process either. All the more reason why I'm ticked off that Charles even raises the possibility. I focus on Charles. Do you know who I am? A spoiled child? Asked Charles. I'm the warden of all caster magic. I develop my own gems and spells. That means I'm no one you can bully. Charles fluffs his already puffy collar. Whatever you say. Just be ready when we hold the first Lecham Lady extravaganza in 6 weeks. Calculations spin through my mind. That will mean tons of overtime work for construction. Can we really afford it? Just use magic, says Charles. I shoot Charles a warning look. You haven't been on Earth in a while. Magic agency tracks the use of magic in human affairs. We can get in big trouble if we do this with spells. Humans expect fair competition. We pay workers in cash, not cheat with magic. It's why humans see us as celebrities and not threats. We need to keep it that way. Don't worry about Mater, says Charles. If you do as Legend and I dictate, then we may give you the option not to marry at your glass slipper ball. That ain't your option to give, Legend gasps. Alec, Charles frowns. I disagree. Mon petit Dieu. Sadly enough, Charles may be right. I can't ignore the fact that no fewer than 12 Lesham sons have gotten married at their glass slipper balls, including my father. All of which is why I spend my spare time developing fresh gems and spells. I refuse to be forced into anything. When I marry, it will be because I love someone with all my heart. End of story. And that is our first meeting of Alec Lesham. And we get where his head is at 15-year-old. It's in a good place, I think. Thank you for listening and many blessings.